Allow me to talk about evangelism. Evangelism. The Great Commission is that go into the world and preach, right? Make disciples, those that believe, baptize them in my name. It's a great commission that we have to evangelize. When you're evangelizing as though that person you are talking to doesn't have to know. Now have that in your mind, because you don't know. The best time is that time you have met that person and you're talking to them. You're evangelizing in order for us to grow the Christian community. Okay? Now, you are winning that person first and foremost to God. Secondly, you are winning them over so that they join the ministry and grow in the things of God. Now, if they have a church, it's okay. After you preach the message to them, you invite them over to church. They don't come to church. They make follow-ups, you can pray for them. But if they have a church where they're going to, bless them and tell them to go. But the truth of the matter is that there are a lot of people who are not going to church. And there are a lot of people who are going to wrong churches. There's such a thing as a wrong church. And don't say that you are now criticizing other churches. There's such a thing as a wrong church. It's not every church that is right. I get what I'm trying to say. And how do you define a right church? If you listen to a pastor or to a prophet, are you growing or you are still the same? Is there something changing about you? The Lord told me to share with you on the importance of when you are evangelizing, you are supposed to evangelize from your perspective, from your experience. Listen to what I'm saying. This one is, why are you a believer? Why do you come to church? Okay? Why do you come to church? Why haven't you given up? Those are the points to use to evangelize. If you are evangelizing based on what you heard from me, not based on your experience, your evangelism will be without power. What has changed you has the ability to change another person. The problem is that you are not focused on your own life. What is your stance in God? What makes you stand strong in God? That is your epistle. That is what you need to preach to others. It's like a pastor who copies from AI and preaches. A pastor who listens to sermons and then preaches. The message will come out nice. It will sound nice, but it will be without power. But if you preach the message from your experience, what has impacted you can easily impact another person's life. I get what I'm trying to say. You have your own relationship with God. You have your own perspective with God. There's a reason why you are still a believer, and there's a reason why you have not given up on God. That's the reason. That is the reason why you should go and preach. That's the message for another person. Tell them why you are still here. Why do you still come to church? Listen, if you were to ask me, why am I standing here and why am I like this? I have reasons. There's a reason why I believe. My friend, there's a reason why I believe. I know for sure that the healing grace is there and that God can heal. I'm not trying to believe it. I know it. So if I'm telling someone that God can heal you, I'm not saying it because someone told me. I've seen it. If I say that God is the God of signs and wonders, I've seen signs. I've seen signs. So my message is based on the signs. I'm telling you how you have to go out there and evangelize. Maybe the reason why you come here and the reason why you are consistent is because God answered certain prayers and because you have a certain level of understanding. That can be your message to the world there. Preach your experience. Preach the message that has had an impact on your life, not the message that doesn't have any impact on your life. Copy, paste, copy, plagiarism in the Christian kingdom. Plagiarism. No, it doesn't work. Okay, I heard Jonathan, he gave money, and then next day he received 30,000. Let me also give my 2,000 that I have. You will not receive. You will not. You are just copying. You are copying. You will not receive. That's plagiarism. So what I'm trying to tell you is simple. As we are doing our evangelism, make sure that you evangelize your gospel. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, to some of you, you might think growth is about number. Number is just a byproduct of what growth is. You didn't hear me. Growth in number is a byproduct of what true growth is. Jesus had 12 disciples. When he left and they went into the world, the number increased. If you can grow, you can bring 12. She can bring 12. She can also bring 12. That's what growth is. If you cannot preach and the person comes to church, you need to grow you. You are the message. You are the message.